Hello friends, welcome to my kitchen. Place 3 bone-in pork steaks, about 2 pounds or 900 grams onto a board. Make small cuts across the surface, just like in the video. Those shallow cuts help the seasonings settle deeper into the meat and keep the steaks tender as they cook. Friends, I'd be so happy to hear where you're from. Let me know your city, country, and if you're in the US, your state too. Friends, for more content like this, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss any new recipes. Now, season generously, add salt to taste. It gently draws out and deepens all the natural flavor. Then add black pepper. That soft warmth always feels familiar and grounding. Sprinkle paprika over the meat. Its smoky aroma and deep color instantly make the dish feel richer and more homemade. Drizzle olive oil over the steaks. Slowly rub everything into the meat with your hands. Take your time here. That simple motion, pressing, turning, coating, always feels strangely calming, like those quiet moments in the kitchen where cooking becomes more about feeling than measuring. Turn the steaks over and repeat the same seasoning on the other side. Now add a little vegetable oil to a hot frying pan. Add 1/6 stick or 20 grams of butter and let it melt slowly. As the butter melts into the oil, that soft, creamy aroma instantly fills the kitchen. The kind of smell that always made dinner feel special. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it. It's a simple way to show your support. Place the steaks into the hot pan. Let them sear slowly on each side until a beautiful golden crust forms. That deep browning builds the flavor little by little, creating the kind of savory richness that makes every bite more satisfying. Remove the steaks from the pan. Cut about 1 1/3 pounds, or 600 grams, of potatoes into large chunks. Let the knife move through them in firm, simple cuts, leaving the pieces big enough to become soft and fluffy as they cook. That clean, earthy scent feels familiar right away. Potatoes have always been one of those quiet ingredients that made a meal feel complete, warm, and dependable. Place the potatoes into a pot. Pour in enough water to cover the potatoes. Add 1/2 tablespoon of salt, Sauver with a lid, and cook until the potatoes are completely soft. Finely chop one red onion. As the knife moves through those purple layers, a sharp aroma rises first, fresh, bold, and a little sweet underneath. But once the onion goes into the warm pan, it begins to soften into something deeper and more comforting, the kind of smell that always makes it feel like dinner is getting closer. If something is unclear in the recipe, just leave a comment, and I'll answer as soon as possible. Add the onion into the same pan where the steaks were cooked and stir slowly, letting it pick up all those rich browned bits left behind from the meat. Finely chop 3 cloves of garlic. Press the knife through them until they become small and fragrant, releasing that deep savory aroma almost instantly. Garlic has that unmistakable homemade warmth, rich, bold, and comforting before the sauce is even finished. It has long been valued for supporting immunity and heart health, while adding a powerful layer of flavor. Add the garlic into the pan with the onions and gently sauté everything together. Now slice 9 ounces, or 250 grams, of mushrooms into thin pieces. Let the knife glide through them evenly, so they soften beautifully in the pan later. At first, their aroma is quiet and earthy, but little by little, it becomes warmer, richer, and deeper, almost like a promise of a slow, comforting dinner ahead. Mushrooms are rich in B vitamins and minerals that support energy, while adding the savory depth that makes a sauce feel complete. Add the mushrooms into the pan, stir everything together slowly, and let them soften. Sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Stir it through the onions, garlic, and mushrooms until everything is lightly coated. This small step will help the sauce thicken later, turning it smooth, silky, and rich enough to cling beautifully to the meat and potatoes. Pour in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of broth. Slowly stir the bottom of the pan, lifting all the flavor left behind from the meat and onions. Then pour in 3/4 cup or 200 milliliters of cream. As the cream blends into the mushrooms, the sauce immediately begins turning richer and softer. Add 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of soy sauce. That deep savory flavor instantly makes the sauce taste fuller and warmer. Add a little salt. Black pepper to taste. Now slowly stir everything together until the sauce becomes smooth and completely unified. Watching the cream slowly thicken around the mushrooms always feels satisfying somehow, like simple ingredients quietly becoming something luxurious. Now return the pork steaks back into the pan. Cover with a tight lid and let everything simmer, slowly over low heat until the meat becomes incredibly tender. Now add a little vegetable oil to a frying pan. Finely chop 1 onion into small, even pieces. Onions are rich in antioxidants and natural compounds that support heart health, digestion, and the immune system, while also building a flavorful base for the whole dish. Add the onion into the pan and cook until beautifully golden, stirring gently as it turns soft, fragrant, and lightly caramelized. Now check the potatoes with a fork or knife. If it slides through easily, they're ready. Drain the water. Add about 1/12 stick, or 10 grams of butter. Pour in about 1/3 cup, or 100 milliliters of milk. Add salt and black pepper to taste. Now mash the potatoes until they become soft, fluffy, and airy. That steady mashing motion always feels nostalgic somehow, like standing beside the stove as a child, waiting for the warmest spoonful straight from the pot. Give the onions one final stir and remove them from the heat. Add the golden onions into the mashed potatoes and mix well. The sweetness of the onions melts beautifully into the creamy potatoes, making everything feel richer and more comforting. Now, chop a bunch of parsley. As the knife moves through those bright green leaves, that fresh herbal aroma rises instantly. Clean, lively, almost uplifting. Parsley is rich in vitamins A and C, helping support digestion and freshness. Add half of the parsley into the mashed potatoes. Mix again. Sprinkle the remaining parsley over the creamy mushroom sauce. Now, place one pork steak onto a plate. Add a generous portion of mashed potatoes beside it. The pork is tender and juicy, the mushroom sauce is creamy and deeply savory, and the mashed potatoes are soft, warm, and comforting in the best possible way. It's one of those meals that feels rich, honest, and made to be enjoyed slowly together. Thank you for cooking with me today, but that's not all. I have a second equally delicious recipe for you. In a bowl, add 3 tablespoons of Greek yogurt. Thick, creamy, protein-rich, simple, light, and nourishing. Then add 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, comforting richness that completes even simple meals. 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard, a small touch that adds a gentle lift. Grate 1 small clove of garlic on a mini grater. Garlic has been part of home cooking for generations, not only for its flavor, but also for supporting immunity and overall strength. Add it to the bowl. Then add 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Pour in 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, fresh, bright, and balancing. 1 teaspoon of honey, soft sweetness that makes a dish feel cared for. Now, grate about 7 ounces, or 200 grams, of soft cheese. As it falls into the bowl, it creates a thick, creamy base, rich in calcium and protein, something that makes the dish both comforting and satisfying. Friends, I'd be so happy to hear where you're from. Let me know your city, country, and if you're in the US, your state too. Add it in. Mix everything thoroughly until smooth and unified. Take your time. That slow mixing always feels calming, like those quiet kitchen moments when everything comes together without hurry. Set the sauce aside to rest. Now cut about 1 3/4 pounds, or 800 grams, of pork into steaks. That moment when the kitchen slows down a little, and you can almost feel those old, unhurried meals, where nothing fancy was needed, just good ingredients and a bit of care. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking it. It's a simple way to show your support. Now, place them on a board and cover with plastic wrap. Gently pound the meat on both sides. This helps the pork cook more evenly and stay juicy, while preserving its natural richness, giving you a cut that feels substantial and full of the kind of nourishing quality that makes a meal truly fulfilling. If something is unclear in the recipe, just leave a comment, and I'll answer as soon as possible. Season with salt. Then with black pepper. Now rub the spices into each piece slowly, making sure every part is coated. This simple motion, working with your hands, is one of those small rituals that makes cooking feel real and grounding. Turn and repeat on the other side. Season with salt. Then with black pepper. Friends, for more content like this, make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so you don't miss any new recipes. Next, grate 5 potatoes. Potatoes are one of those ingredients that have always been at the center of family meals. Simple, filling, and quietly nourishing, naturally rich in potassium, and providing steady, lasting energy that makes any dish feel more grounding and complete. Transfer into a bowl. Now, pour cold water over them. Stir and let them sit for a few minutes. This step helps remove excess starch and makes the texture lighter. Then, drain through a sieve. Squeeze out all the moisture. Take your time. Dry potatoes bake better, becoming soft inside and gently structured, not heavy. Next, take a baking dish. Drizzle a little olive oil. Spread it evenly with a brush. Olive oil adds healthy fats that support the heart while bringing a gentle flavor. Add the potatoes as the first layer. Spread them out evenly, forming a soft base. the kind of layer that already feels comforting before it's even baked. Slice one white onion into half rings. That familiar scent always brings back memories of evenings when dinner was slowly coming together. Onions are rich in antioxidants and support immunity. Spread them evenly over the potatoes. Now place the pork pieces on top. Arrange them neatly, almost like placing something important. This is the heart of the dish. Next, spread the sauce over the meat, making sure it covers every piece. Let it settle gently, filling all the spaces. Smooth it out with a spoon. Now, cover with parchment paper. Then foil. Place into the oven and bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius for 40 minutes. Then remove the foil and parchment. Bake for another 20 minutes until the top turns golden and slightly crisp. That color always feels like a sign that everything is ready. Meanwhile, prepare the salad. Thinly shred half a cabbage. Cabbage is rich in fiber and vitamin C, supporting digestion and balance. Lightly squeeze it with your hands. This softens it and releases its juices, just like those simple salads made at home without measuring anything. Place it into a bowl. Cut one cucumber into thin strips. Keeping them even gives a clean, crisp texture. Then transfer it into the bowl, adding a cool, refreshing base. Cut one apple into thin strips. Thinner slices help it blend gently with the other ingredients. Let it fall into the bowl for a soft touch of natural sweetness. Grate 1 carrot. This brings out its juices and natural color. Scatter it over the bowl, adding brightness and a hint of sweetness. Slice 1/2 bell pepper into thin strips. This keeps its crunch light and delicate. Add it in, bringing freshness and a vibrant note. Chop a small bunch of green onions. A finer cut keeps the flavor balanced. Fold them into the bowl for a light, fresh sharpness. Then chop a bunch of parsley just before adding to keep it fragrant. Sprinkle it over the top, finishing everything with a clean herbal lift. Add 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. Pour in 1 tablespoon of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Mix everything thoroughly, let it sit for a few minutes. The vegetables soften slightly and the flavors come together naturally. Now take the dish out of the oven. The top is golden, the sauce baked into a rich, creamy layer, and everything looks warm and inviting. Place a piece onto a plate. Add a fresh portion of salad beside it. Let's try it. The meat is tender and juicy, the potatoes soft and comforting, and the creamy topping melts into every bite. The fresh salad brings lightness and balance. It's one of those meals that feels complete. Warm, simple, and deeply satisfying. The kind of food that brings everyone to the table without needing a reason. I truly hope this recipe brings warmth, good memories, and a feeling of care into your home. Thank you for cooking with me today.